Hi there, thanks for checking out this short video of our Toyota Estima that's up for sale at the moment on TradeMe. I'll just give you a really short video walkthrough of the car you might find useful. This is a Toyota Estima registered in the year 2000. As you can see, we've converted it to a camper. This Toyota is a Japanese import. I've been the owner of this van for about 3 years now, and she's been an extremely reliable car to own. The only reason we're selling on is our family is extending, and the reason we converted this to a camper was when we were travelling around New Zealand, which was fantastic, very comfortable car to travel and to sleep in. But with our growing family, we're selling on and getting something different. So, as I say, I've been the owner of this car for 3 years now. I owned it as a 7-seater for about 1 year, and then converted it, as you can see, into a camper. Now, if you just come around the back, just to get a better look at this conversion. Now, the difference between this camper here and most other campers is that this is an incredibly well-built bed, very comfortable, good quality. We've actually had this bed inside the house for a number of months, just as a guest bed being used occasionally. The bed here, if you see underneath, it's actually made from a type of flooring. Most beds are made from thin plywood. This is made from what I believe is called strand floor. It's incredibly thick and durable. This is actually wood that's used for flooring. The bed itself is supported on 6 posts, so it leaves a lot of room under the bed for storage. The posts themselves are not only nailed through the bed, but they are fixed on all 4 sides with galvanized brackets screwed through the bed, so it's extremely sturdy, very durable. The mattress itself is a refresh mattress, bought brand new. It's a very good quality mattress and wasn't cheap actually, and it's only been used a handful of times. So if you were to come and view the car, you're more than welcome to have a lie down in the back, and you'll see for yourself how comfortable it is. The bed itself is a king single. There's more than enough room in here for 2 people travelling around. That's what my partner and I were doing for a couple of summers. As I say, the bed is very comfortable. You won't have any problems sleeping in here. And if I just bring you around the side of the car, you'll see that when we were travelling around, we had room under here for several boxes. We've only got one under here at the moment because we're not using it. But you can fit 2 very large boxes underneath the main area of the bed, which we were using to store our camping gear and sleeping gear, and 2 smaller side boxes which we just used for books and first aid kits, etc. Now, as far as privacy is concerned, the back windows are tinted, so in most camping grounds you can't see in the back anyway. If you're looking for a little bit of extra privacy, you can install curtains up the side here quite easily. You'll see that we've actually still got some Velcro points on the roof here where we did have curtains hanging at one point. If you wanted to install curtains, it's as easy as just getting a couple of small pieces of fabric and sticking a small piece of Velcro to it. And then if you want, you can line both sides with curtains for a bit of extra privacy. As far as the car itself, as I say, the car has been extremely well looked after in the past 3 years. I know a mechanic at the end of the road where I work who has been very good at looking after me and the car. As far as work that's been done on the car in the past couple of years, we've had it's been serviced every year since I've owned the car, and the service history is provided with the car. But just in the case of any new parts, we've had a brand new engine stabilizer mount, new rear diff bushes, front arm bushes. The rear brake pads and the front brake pads are both less than a year old. We had some new front disc rotors installed as well. So there's a number of kind of mechanical parts in the car that were not necessarily old or needing replaced, but my mechanic was always offering me sound advice, and whenever anything was looking like it was on the brink of needing replaced, rather than getting used parts, we'd just put brand new parts in there because I was in the interest of keeping the car in good working order. I'll just give you a quick look under the hood. As I say, The car has been serviced every year since I've been the owner. Unfortunately, the prior service history was not sold with the vehicle, so that's a little bit unknown. In fact, when the vehicle was sold to me, it didn't even have the manual for the car. And because this is a Japanese import, it was a hell of a mission to find a manual. I actually had to buy it online at a considerable cost. But that manual is provided with the car. And the reason why it costs so much is because it needs to be translated into English. So this is an English manual for a Toyota Estima, which is actually quite hard to find. That's provided with the vehicle. And also with the vehicle, that paper that you can see sitting over there, that's the full service and WAF history of the car. So that's all the invoicing from my mechanic, and I'm happy to provide that along with the sale of the vehicle, so you can see that it has been looked after and we have had a lot of work done to the car. Just having a quick look under the hood. So everything under here is in good working order. The car has actually just had its most recent service a couple of days ago. The oil and the filter were completely changed out. Everything else is in good condition. When I bought this car 3 years ago, the spark plugs and the ignition coils were actually quite worn, because when I bought the car was already over 10 years old and previous owners had not looked after that. So I actually had all the spark plugs and ignition coils completely changed out for new ones. And the battery also is only a couple of years old. A brand new battery was installed because the one that was there was again pretty old. So we've owned the car now for 3 years. Never once had it break down. As I'm sure you know, Toyotas are extremely reliable. It is registered in the year 2000, but don't let that put you off. It has done 290,000 miles. So she's been around, but certainly in the time that I've owned her, those have been motorway miles. So she's got to have a good stretch of the legs. We've been all around the North Island with her without a single problem. If you want to come and take her for a spin, you're more than welcome while the car is up for sale. We're located on Tiatatu Peninsula. My phone number will be on the listing. Feel free to get in touch if you want to come and view and have a look around. As far as the seats in the back are concerned, obviously they come with the car. They're in our garage at the moment. If you want to take the seats with you, you'll just need to bring a trailer or some other type of van, because I won't be putting the seats back in the car before the car is sold. The seats have been in our garage for maybe a year or so. They might need a bit of a wipe down, a quick shampoo, but other than that they're in fine condition. And I've got a box with all the parts and bolts, etc. To put those seats back in the car should you want to. But I think the attractive thing about this car is the fact that it is a camper. The bed and the mattress will be sold with the vehicle. The duvets and the sheets and the pillows will stay with us. I'm sure you prefer to get your own sheets and duvets anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As I say, very reliable car. If you're a young couple arriving in the country looking to travel around New Zealand and you want somewhere nice and comfortable to stay on your travels, then this is definitely the vehicle for you. The starting price on the auction will be $3,500 and there's no reserve on that listing, so it'll sell for whatever it sells for. There's no reserve. Any questions, let me know. Thanks very much for watching.